Hey, what is up heroes? A couple of months ago I made a top 5 ROM hacks of 2015, which consisted of 5 ROMs I played in 2015. I keep getting a lot of comments asking, what about this ROM hack or that ROM hack? This ROM hack is clearly better than the 5 you've chosen, why not include that into the list? And the answer to them questions is, I played the ROM hacks you guys are suggesting years ago, back in 2014 and below, and the 5 ROMs I chose for that list were ROMs I played in 2015. So today I'm going to share with you guys my top 5 overall ROM hacks. These are my 5 favourite ROM hacks I have played. There's some ROM hacks I haven't played, but out of all the ones I have played, and I've played quite a few, these are my favourites. And some of these aren't entirely completed, but I do feel like there's a hefty amount of content here and they are worth a play. So when these ROM hacks get updated, they'll be even better. Now remember, this list is 100% opinionated. These are all my opinions, which I think are great ROM hacks. You might think something completely different, and that's completely fine. Just leave a comment below telling me your top 5 overall favourite ROM hacks. And you know, there might be some stuff in there I haven't tried, I might want to try out, or anyone else watching the video might read a comment and think, hey, that sounds pretty cool, give that a go. Anyway, with that said, let's get into this list. At number 5, I have Pokemon Eclipse. Now this is a ROM hack I recently played and I really enjoyed it. You have a really unique start where like you're feeding Mareep, you have your mum and dad, and you're basically just taking the family shinks, doing a few errands, and it's really nice. Like there's quite a few events you can do, and everything just seems so natural. It's like nothing's forced upon you. All the dialogue for this game is really well written. The story and the pacing for this game is solid. Pokemon are really fun to use. There's 6th generation Pokemon. Returning characters from other Pokemon games like Professor Oak and Sycamore are in it. Now I'm not sure if this game will actually have Mega Evolution to use, but in the story, not going to spoil anything, there is a Pokemon involving Mega Evolution, which is pretty nice. So it kind of gives me some hints towards when this game actually gets finished, there's going to be a usable Mega Evolution, which would be really cool. The thing I like about this story is you're trying to follow in your father's footsteps, being like an ace trainer, and throughout the story you'll see some ace trainers do some pretty cool stuff. Don't want to spoil anything story-wise, because you guys can try it out for yourself, but it's actually a really nice ROM hack to play through. Now unfortunately the story only goes with the 4th gym, but that was updated quite a while ago, so hopefully an update will come fairly soon, but there's quite a lot of content here, to be honest. You can do quite a few things, and I really enjoyed this ROM hack, and I've got to say, it is probably one of the best. That's probably what it was considered for ROM hack of the year 2015. I gotta say, I'm not the only person who really likes it, and I definitely 100% recommend giving it a go because it's actually a really fun ROM hack. At number 4, I have Pokemon Glazed. Now you all probably know Glazed by now. It is a very solid ROM hack, multiple regions to explore. There is a lot of content here, and you know what? Above all, it's really fun. There's a variety of Pokemon to use, which is absolutely great. So many legendary Pokemon to encounter. This ROM hack is easily one of my favourites. Unfortunately there's no Mega Evolution, but that's probably because it was made quite a while ago, but it's still a very fun ROM hack to play through. The thing I love about this ROM hack as well, there's a lot of post-game content here. There's multiple Elite Fours to take on, some really strong trainers, and the cool thing is, when you go back to Johto, it's not just like, oh, go to Johto, get the 8 badges. There's quite a few events there as well. Like, I'm pretty sure Elix Forest gets burnt down. Don't want to spoil too much, but it's actually pretty awesome. The one thing I do hate about it, which it always sticks in my mind when I think of Glaze, is there is one gym, I'm not going to say who the gym leader is or anything like that, but the gym puzzle I just found really annoying and tedious. It's one of them gym puzzles where it's like an invisible floor and you've got to walk forward and try to find the right path. You go the wrong way, you fall down, start at the beginning, and I remember that just being so bad in that game. But apart from that, the game is absolutely fantastic. But playing through the story, you will encounter so many legendary Pokemon, which I think is really awesome. Like, I'm pretty sure every 10-20 minutes you'll see like a legendary Pokemon, which is great. Like, the story is actually really awesome. You'll see so many legendary Pokemon on the way. Some trainers have a legendary Pokemon. It's just an all-out great game, and I can't recommend Glazed enough. It is such a great ROM hack. At number 3, I have Pokemon Mega Power. Now this to me might sound like an unpopular opinion, but I actually really enjoyed this ROM hack. The tiles, the sprites all look absolutely fantastic. The range of Pokemon is great. The Mega Evolution in the game is pretty cool. The story is pretty nice. The dialogue, however, is atrocious. It's better than what it used to be, like in Resolute and Victory Fire. But if you can get over the atrocious grammar, which is kind of hard to do, but like kind of when you get into it, you kind of get hooked in the story. It just kind of goes past you, and you don't really think about it too much. You kind of understand what he's trying to say. Like throughout the whole story, you understand what the creator's trying to say through the dialogue, even though it's kind of bad. But it kind of takes you out of that experience, if that makes sense. But apart from that, I think it's a really solid ROM hack. A few people have said like the level pacing in this is really bad, but I never found a problem with that. Maybe it's because when I was grinding, you know, for the emulators you have the speed up button, just hold that down and just keep going left, right, battle so many Pokemon in like an hour. You can maybe train like 40, 50 levels. It's really easy to train, so I didn't find a problem with it. But the story to me was really cool, and how the fact you're a professor, you know, you're not like a average trainer, which is really nice. The post content isn't there yet, but from what you hear about in the main story, it sounds like it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and I can't actually wait to try that out. Right now, you can play up to the Elite Four, you can beat the champion, just waiting for the post game to be finished. But I do recommend Pokemon Mega Power. It's one of my favourite ROM hacks, that's why it's on this list. But you might not be able to get past the grammar. I mean, I played through Victory Fire and Resolute, and so I kind of know what to expect. But you might play through it for the first time and think, wow, this is just terrible. But for me, I really liked it because I played Victory Fire and Resolute. There were some returning characters in Mega Power on it, and I just thought, oh cool, that's the character from, like, you know, that game. And I just really fell in love with this game, and you might not, and that's totally fine, but this is just my opinion. I really liked the game, and I just felt like it deserved a spot on this list. At number 2, I have Pokemon Light Platinum. Now, this ROM hack is easily one of the best ROM hacks out there. Now, I want to say this is the ROM hack for the GBA, not the DS ROM hack. They are actually remaking Light Platinum for the DS, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver graphics, which is looking pretty good. So far, you can play the demo for that up to the 2nd gym, I believe, but I'm talking about the completed ROM hack right now, because that ROM hack is absolutely fantastic. There are multiple regions, so much content, low legendary Pokemon. The story is pretty awesome. There isn't really any bad things you can say about this game. There are so many events going on, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, there's a little event with Dialga, Giratina, and Palkia, and the next one's like Ho-Oh, Lugia, and then there's like Reshiram and Zekrom. There's so many different legendary events going on, it's absolutely great. There's loads of different leagues, different regions, returning characters like Cynthia's in it, and they got Ash Ketchum, which is great. There is so much cool content here, and I absolutely adore Light Platinum. I feel like Light Platinum is one of the ROM hacks 100% everyone has to play. It is such a solid game. The story is fantastic. The Pokemon in the game are great. I feel like with the updated version for the DS, with like the 6th generation Pokemon being added, the game is only going to get better. So far, this ROM hack, I feel like it's getting a bit outdated though, with like how Mega Evolution's getting introduced in ROM hacks now. But with the DS version coming along, I think that is going to bring it back to the top. Maybe even make that number 1 eventually in the future. This is definitely 100% a ROM hack everyone needs to play. It is such a good ROM hack. There is so much content here. I really cannot say anything bad about it. I don't remember anything bad about this ROM hack at all. To me, Light Platinum is a super fun ROM hack. Everyone needs to play it, and it deserves the spot on this list. So, before we get into number 1, I want to mention 2 ROM hacks that deserve an honourable mention. They are Pokemon Ash Grey and Pokemon Adventures Red Chapter. These 2 ROM hacks are really solid ROM hacks. The only reason I haven't included them onto this list is because they are not original stories. They are really, really fun ROM hacks, but I feel like if you haven't watched the anime or read the manga, they are not that great. For example, Ash Grey, you really need to follow how the anime goes to kind of enjoy it, otherwise you're going to miss so many events. And because of that, I don't think they're worthy of this list. They are solid ROM hacks, don't get me wrong, but the fact like Ash Grey, you'll miss so much content if you don't know what you're doing, to be honest. And if you want something to just sit down and play, like, for fun, these aren't something that you can really do. Red Chapter you kind of can, but again, it's something that you kind of want to just play along with the story of how it actually goes in the manga and the anime, just to kind of enjoy it more, in my opinion. Otherwise, they are solid ROM hacks. I really enjoyed both of them, like Ash Grey especially. I really, really liked Ash Grey. I thought it was one of my favourite ROM hacks, but I don't want to include it onto this list, just because of the fact that, you know, it can be unenjoyable for people. So that's why the honourable mentions are not on this list. But otherwise, give them a go. They are really, really fun if you know what you're doing. And at number 1, my favourite Pokemon ROM hack is Pokemon Gaia. Now, this is ROM hack of the year 2015. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I absolutely love Pokemon Gaia. I keep raving on about it. Everyone needs to play this ROM hack. With the latest update to it, it's 6 gyms, and the story is absolutely solid. Like, when I played the first version, I thought, hey, this is a pretty good ROM. The story's great. The villains are pretty cool. But with the update and all the added stuff it added, it is just absolutely fantastic. Like, all the flaws I had with the game, they're fixing this update. It's just so good. One of my favourite features they've added into Pokemon Gaia is Mega Evolution. Now, when I say Mega Evolution, it's not like how it is on other ROMs, where you'd get the Mega Stone and it would just evolve the Pokemon into a Mega form, and you essentially have like a permanent Mega Evolution Pokemon. They've somehow actually put it into the Generation 3 like ROM, like Fire Red ROM, where that during a battle you can Mega Evolve in the battle and it'll like go back to like the normal Pokemon. For example, I had a Blastoise, I could Mega Evolve into Blastoise in battle and I go back to Blastoise, which was just absolutely fantastic. It blew my mind. It was just like, how did they get this working in a Generation 3 game? I thought that was absolutely incredible. Now, I've mentioned the story is absolutely fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's super cool. The writing is absolutely great. The pacing of this game is solid. Like you won't feel like you're not doing anything. There's always something to do in this game. And when you're done with a main story thing, there's like a little side quest you can do. And how this game is paced and everything about it is just super awesome. The Pokemon in the game are absolutely great. You can capture a variety of different Pokemon. The gym leaders all look super awesome. Like they just don't look like I'm gonna put a gym leader here just to be a gym leader. They all kind of have their own little personal story or something to do with the area, and I really enjoy that about the ROM hack. Like the first gym leader is kind of like a crybaby, runs into a forest of a little event to kind of get the gym badge. It kind of reminds me of Whitney from Johto. There's a load of different things in this ROM hack. It's only 6 badges though, which is really disappointing. I can't wait for this ROM hack to be finished because it is looking very promising. I 100% guarantee if you guys just give Gaia a chance, you will end up loving this ROM hack and it might become your favorite ROM hack like it has mine. It is honestly one of the best ROM hacks I have ever played, and that is why it is number 1. So these are my top 5 overall ROM hacks I have played ever. Now let me know if you guys have any other ROM hacks to try out, because like I said, I have played a lot of ROM hacks, but there's also a lot of ROM hacks I haven't played, and I'm still making my way down this huge list I've got of ROM hacks to play. I just want to give you guys my top 5 ROM hacks I've played so far, because a lot of people kept asking about these certain ROM hacks that deserve a spot on this list, like Glazed and Light Platinum, and I agree, these ROM hacks are absolutely fantastic. All the ROM hacks I've mentioned on this list, I do feel like they are absolutely fantastic, and every single one deserves praise, and you guys should check them out. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.